Now let's see what is prolonged latent phase of the stage 1 of labor. So remember that the stages of labor are 4 stages of labor. We have stage 1 of labor, we have stage 2, which basically is the delivery of the baby. We have stage 3, which is the expulsion of the placenta, and we have stage 4, which basically is monitoring of the mother for 1 or 2 hours. Stage 1 is divided into a latent and an active phase. Latent phase is we have effacement of the cervix, and we have dilation of the cervix from 0 to 6 centimeters. The normal duration of this is less than 20 hours in a nulliparous woman, or less than 14 hours in a multiparous woman. And then we have the active phase, which is dilation of the cervix from 6 centimeters all the way to 10 centimeters. So prolonged or prolongation of the latent phase is going to be when we have that the timing for getting dilation all the way to 6 centimeters, which is the latent phase, is taking longer than this time. So prolonged latent phase of stage 1 of labor is when we have less than 6 centimeters of dilation of the cervix for more than 20 hours if it's a nulliparous woman, or more than 14 hours if it's a multiparous woman. That is the simple definition of prolonged latent phase of stage 1 of labor. And if we are going to graph this with the Sank curve, we have here we have the x-axis, which is time, and here we have the y-axis, which is the dilation of the cervix. Let's say this is the normal Sank curve for stage 1, so we have dilation of the cervix all the way to 6 centimeters, and then we have an increase in the rate of dilation of the cervix. This is normal. This is the active phase, which is now when we have an increase in the rate of dilation of the cervix, and this point is when we have 6 centimeters dilated. So remember, this is the transition from the latent phase to the active phase. Here the completion of the active phase is when we have 10 centimeters dilated. And now let's graph if we have prolonged latent phase. So that means that the threshold point from latent to active phase is prolonged. So instead of arriving at this point in less than 20 or 14 hours, it's going to take us longer than this time to get to this point. So the graph going to be something like this. I mean, we still have advancing in the dilation of the cervix, but we still have not reached this threshold of increase in speed of dilation of the cervix, which is the transition from latent to active phase. So something like this. Here we have this is a normal woman. This is the Sank curve. Here we have the latent phase. Here, let's say for this woman it takes less than it took less than 20 hours to arrive to this point. This is the normal. But for this woman which has prolonged latent phase, when she dilates the cervix all the way to 6 centimeters, this is going to be for more than 20 hours in a nulliparous or 14 hours in a multiparous woman. So the transition point from the latent to active phase is prolonged, is during more than 20 hours or 14 hours. This prolongation can be in any number of dilation of the cervix. This means that we can be like dilating from 4 to 5, and we are continue dilating, but it's taking longer, but we are continuing having a dilation. Or we can be dilating from 3 to 4, and it's taking longer. But the issue is that at 20 hours or 14 hours after the labor started, we have not yet arrived to 6 centimeters dilation. This could be we are in 2 centimeters dilation, we are in 5 centimeter dilation, we are in 4 centimeter dilation by 20 or 14 hours, whatever. But we have not yet arrived to 6 centimeter dilation. So causes of prolonged latent phase basically is why this is prolonged. This is because of anesthesia most of the times. So causes are anesthesia, but also the quality of the contraction. So we can have hypotonic contractions, which means contractions that are low in tone, weak, could be irregular, and the duration of the contraction is short. Or we can have hypertonic contraction, which are also not good contractions. This is a contraction that has higher tone or good tone, but the duration is not okay. And the frequency, how often is the patient getting contraction, is not good. The frequency is not good. So, what is important of the contraction? The tone or the pressure of the contraction, how strong is the contraction, the duration of the contraction, and the frequency of the contraction. So we can have prolonged latent phase because of anesthesia, which is prolonging this, or because we have not good quality of the contraction, being a hypotonic contraction which has low tone, low frequency, and low duration, or hypertonic which has good tone but low duration and low frequency. The treatment for this is we can do IV oxytocin, which is going to increase the powerful of the contraction. Also, the mother should be canalized. But eventually, the dilation of the cervix is going to arrive to 6 and then continue to the active phase. So this can take up to an additional 6 to 12 hours to the 20 or 14 hours the mother has been in the latent phase, but at the end she will arrive to 6 centimeters of dilation. So as a general rule of thumb, prolonged latent phase is never an indication to do a C-section. Sometimes because the woman has having a lot of time in latent phase and to speed up the things, we can do a C-section, but that is not a true indication to do a C-section. So prolonged latent phase is when the dilation of the cervix has not yet arrived to 6 centimeters dilation for more than 20 hours or 14 hours that already started the labor. And this could be because of anesthesia or because of the quality of the contraction. The treatment of this is canalization of the mother to hydrate the mother, IV oxytocin to increase the powerful of the contraction, but this is never an indication to do a C-section.